You know that feeling when you're looking out at the horizon and you just get a sense that there's something more? Well, today we're going to dive into this beautiful philosophical story that takes that simple, everyday line between the water and the sky and uses it to explore what it really means to be human. And it all kicks off with this single thought from a character called the nephew. This idea is the absolute heart of our whole explainer today. We're going to unpack what it means that maybe, just maybe, we are the boundary, the line between our own limits and the infinite possibilities out there. So, our story starts on the fifth day in a place they call Dayface. But this isn't just any old morning. Something's different. The air, the light, everything has this almost unreal sharpness to it, a clarity that completely changes how the world looks. Imagine this. The nephew looks out his window and the world has been stripped of all its usual softness. There's zero mist, no blur at all. It's like the lake has polished itself clean from the inside out. And the view is so crisp, it feels like he's truly seeing it for the very first time. And there it is. That's the simple, powerful little observation that gets everything started. I mean, he's seen this horizon 1,000 times, but today, that line is just undeniable. It's a perfect, stark boundary. And just seeing it that way sparks this whole new way of thinking about his own existence. So right as this idea is starting to form in his head, his uncle shows up. And with him, what was just a simple observation about the scenery suddenly turns into this deep philosophical conversation. The focus shifts from what the eyes are seeing to what the mind can understand. The uncle, right away, offers a totally different take. He's like, you see that line, that perfect separation? It's not actually there. The lake and the sky, they never really touch. It's an illusion our minds create to try and make sense of all that vastness. And this brings us to a really fascinating concept. The uncle explains that creating these imaginary lines is exactly how we, as finite, limited beings, even begin to wrap our heads around the idea of infinity. We can't really comprehend something that's limitless, so what do? We impose a limit on it, just to make it understandable. And there it is, the central metaphor laid out perfectly. We are just like that line. At our core, we're limited creatures, but our whole existence is this constant journey of trying to understand and reach for and connect with something unlimited. That struggle, that effort, that's the human experience. Now, this leads us to what is maybe the most powerful and kind of counterintuitive idea in this whole story. The uncle's about to reveal a deep truth about our own limitations, and it's one that seems to go against everything we think we know about boundaries. Just think about that for a second. How can a limit, something that by definition is an ending, somehow be the starting point for growth? It feels like a total contradiction, a paradox, right? And there's the answer, the crucial point of the whole story. According to the uncle, it's only when we truly know and accept our own boundaries that we can even begin to grow beyond them. Knowing exactly where your line is drawn is the very first step to being able to redraw it somewhere else. But, a theory is just a theory until you put it into practice. So the uncle invites the nephew and another guy, Roger, to go climb a nearby hill. He's turning the physical journey itself into a real-life lesson. And right here, you see these two clashing worldviews. Roger, he's the practical, logical guy. He sees the clear day and thinks, great, perfect for accurate thinking. But the uncle just dismisses that. He says today isn't about measuring things with your mind, it's about listening with your soul, about understanding the language of lines by actually experiencing it. The uncle's wisdom here is just so profound. Understanding your own limitations isn't some abstract intellectual game. You have to physically and emotionally get in there and engage with it. You've got to feel the strain of the climb, the weariness in your muscles. You have to earn the perspective that you get from rising above. So what's the ultimate point of this whole trip? The nephew asks the exact question we're all thinking. What are they going to find when they get to the top of the hill? What's the big reward for all this effort? The uncle's answer has nothing to do with a pretty view or some kind of landmark. His answer is incredibly simple, but it holds the entire meaning of their climb and of this entire philosophy. The very first thing you see when you reach your limit, when you finally get to the top of that hill, is yourself. It's right there that you see your own capabilities, your strengths, and yes, your boundaries, all with a kind of absolute, undeniable clarity. And then, right there at the very edge of your own limit,
you also get a glimpse of what lies beyond. You see the vastness, the infinity, the potential that goes beyond your current self. You see both the line and the sky that it defines.
So, we want to leave you with this question to chew on. Think about that horizon in your own life, in your work, your relationships, your personal growth. What does it really mean to know your limit? And if you were to climb that hill, what might you discover about yourself and about what truly surpasses you?